Welcome to day 3 here live at the PlayStation booth. I'm Meredith Molinari. You know it's been a good day 3 of E3 when you're losing your voice. We've done a lot of talking here. We've had a lot of content to share with you, and we are definitely not finished. I am very pleased to announce that I'm joined today by John Koller, who's our VP of Marketing. So it was a crazy press conference. You know, last year was all about the hardware. This year it's all about the games and what we're going to do with this amazing new platform. So what really excited you from this year's E3?
You know, this has been a fantastic E3. It followed such a really emotional and just kind of driven E3 last year when we announced the PlayStation 4 and had so much behind it. I think this year's E3 shows what we say all the time, is that great creative ideas can come from anywhere. You look at just even around the booth here, from Destiny and Bloodborne to Secret Ponchos and Entwined. There's such a range and a diversity of content coming from so many different parts of this industry. It's really exciting.
I know, that's one of the things I love the most about PlayStation is that we have a playground for the really huge developers and the little indie guys, and everybody gets the same playing field, and I think it makes for a really diverse catalog of gaming.
Yeah, it really does. You know, and we noticed that just in terms of the play patterns. People are playing, they come in, they'll play Watch Dogs, and they'll play MLB, and then they are playing some of the indies, and it just fills out the total amount of time spent on the platform. For me, that's a really big win. You want to maximize the amount of time someone's playing on the PlayStation 4. That's really, really great. So the indies, the free-to-plays, and then the large games are all helping fulfill that.
I know, it was great. Yeah, I've had like the two sides of my personality in gaming. I had Little Big Planet 3, followed up with The Evil Within. And I was like, yep, that's about sums it up.
Particularly the horror side, I guess. Huh?
Exactly. So I want to talk about something that I got to experience yesterday, which was Morpheus. I mean, as far as gamers go, virtual reality has been something that we've all dreamed about. I think we've all kind of imagined of what it would be like. But to actually have sharks attacking your face, like, really blew me away. So talk to us a little about Morpheus and where it's going to go from here.
Glad you survived your experience.
I think barely.
Yeah. So Morpheus is, I think, a real indication just that PlayStation views the future of gaming living here on these platforms. And it's nowhere near commercial reality, but we wanted to show it here at E3 to give everyone a taste of how we view virtual reality. We view it as centering you in presence, that you feel fully immersed and fully part of the action. I think your experience there, certainly in the Shark Tank with the game called The Deep.
Yes.
We're showing Castle, we're showing Street Luge, which is another one where you're kind of maneuvering your way down just like you would in an Olympic bobsled. It's an amazing experience, but it makes you think, what other ways can the great creative minds in this industry put into place for something that's virtual reality based? I think it'll change the way that a lot of people experience games.
I think that's what I was interviewing some of the people that were waiting in line, and I was asking them, like, how is this going to change the way you game? And they were all like, wow. Like, it changes everything, because all we want is to be fully immersed in a game. I mean, that's one of the reasons you do, like, a long narrative. You want to get lost in a story. You play fighting games because you want to get out your aggression and punch things, you know? And so now that PlayStation is giving us the opportunity to do that in a fully immersed situation, it blows my mind, even within the Deep. So you're in the Shark Tank, right? And you're looking down, and you're standing in this little tiny square, and it's all open water around you. Now, I know in my mind, I'm actually standing in the convention center here at the PlayStation booth. But when you look down, you're like, oh, don't step to the right because you're going to fall in the water.
Yeah.
It was this sense of taking away your other senses, and it really makes you think, like, this is real.
It fully places you in the world. Let's be honest. I think one of the things that's really driven larger and larger TV screens in a living room is trying to become more immersed in your gaming experience. Morpheus puts you in a full 360, so you probably noticed this, but you can turn left and right and around, and you get a full pattern, just like you would if you were naturally turning around.
Right.
And when you put 3D audio in, all your senses come to play. So it really, I think, it can kind of trick the brain into thinking that you're actually in that tank, which is really the immersion that you're looking for.
It's amazing, and you start to look down, you're like, oh, don't look down. I'm going to get vertigo,
You still need your horror movie.
Exactly. That would be so awesome.
Yeah, we'll work on that for you.
Good, thank you. You need a game tester. I'm right here. I'm ready for you.
Hired.
All right, John, so what else has been exciting for you here at E3? We're at day 3. We've been at this now for a couple of days. So what have you seen that is really getting you excited for the rest of the year?
Well, on the gaming side, it's the idea of social connection. The PlayStation 4 as a connectivity rate has been massive, way beyond where we were with PS3. And I think you'll see games, you see the Destinies of the world that are really bringing that to the fore. But so that's on the gaming side. I think that's a great trend. But really, at kind of a high level, it's great just to see the passion. I mean, it's early here, and people are rushing in. There are lines out the door. It's hard to maneuver, as it always is at E3. You're bouncing off of people and things, and you're losing your voice. Everybody hears, it's day 3, but the passion still is so high for this great industry. So it's been really fun to see people come in and still really love it.
I love it. I love that we've had the order. The line has been like all the way around that whole box that we've built for the order.
Day 3 even.
It's crazy. Bloodborne. It's not even a line anymore. It's now just like a mosh pit.
It's a mass of people.
It's very cool. All right, John, well, I want to thank you so much for joining us today.
Yeah,
it was really great talking with you. Guys, stick around. We've got a ton of content coming for you all day long. You can check us out, e3.playstation.com. You definitely, if you haven't already, download the E3 app on your PS4 from the PlayStation Store. I've been hearing really great things about that app. Fantastic app. So if you haven't done that, go ahead and do that. It's at the PlayStation Store for your PS4, or you can check us out on the PlayStation.Blog. And if you missed anything from day 1 or 2, you can check it out. Those blog guys and our YouTube team have been amazing. They're getting that content up, turned around super fast. So if you missed anything, you can log on and enjoy it right at the PlayStation.Blog. All right, so right now we're going to take a look back at the day 2 highlights. Stick around.
Hey everybody, we're here to take a look at the new Playroom DLC that's coming out this summer on PS4. It's called Set Maker.
We've seen a lot of people using Playroom to do cool talk shows and broadcasts. So really with this tool now, we hoping that they're gonna take it to the next step and be really, really creative.
A couple of months ago when we started talking to you guys about, hey, can we do something exclusive together? We were so afraid that the trailer would leak before, because you guys basically said if the trailer leaks, we're gonna kill you all. So actually, the final cut, for the first time, we saw it here.
We developed the kick so we would have a different contextual melee attack instead of just the knife. But then someone thought, oh, if I kick a barrel, I can shoot it and kill an enemy. And then somebody thought, oh, well, if I put an explosive on a barrel and then kick that, it's like a double explosive. It's just like one of those accidents of development. It's why I love working on games like Far Cry.
There was still people arguing whether computer graphic characters would ever be able to really compel an audience. And so it was our first opportunity to really tell a story, our own story, using the mediums that we loved, which was 3D computer graphics and gaming.
Two years ago, the San Mateo studio began an incubation program that actually led to this team being brought in as interns. And then after they made a few prototypes, I think they recognized the amazing talent they have, and they hired them full time.
It's a small team made up entirely of recent graduates from 2 academic gaming programs. We're here to show you our first game, Entwined.
It was really, really exciting to be able to announce the game, show the world what it is, and then also say, and you can buy it right now, you don't have to wait. It's a nice gamer-friendly way of getting a game out there.
What an exciting story for me to see those kids. I will always call them kids. They were all in school a year ago. And then they're up on stage in the biggest press conference of the show, releasing their game to the world on the spot. I love this story. As I'm letting them out, Kojima walks by. They brush shoulders with Kojima, and they didn't know what to talk. It was awesome. It's just a heartwarming story from start to finish.